Taking a look at the trading week beginning July 11th, we've now finished 3 weeks where the Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Russell were up 2 of those 3 weeks. Really, it's 2 of 4 weeks overall, and most of those indexes, save for the Russell, are basically where they were when they ended the month of June and ended the second quarter. The Russell, however, is still below its 200-week moving average. And as we look ahead, I mentioned yields last week as something we're going to be watching. Now we're going to be watching that yield volatility, as not only were there big moves last week, but there were big moves for yields on the upside and big moves for yields on the downside. The weekly difference, however, ended up higher, up 28 basis points on the week for the 2-year, up 26 basis points for the 5-year on their yield, up 22 basis points for the 10, and up 17 for the 30-year. And the 2s, 10s, and the 5s, 10s are now inverted. They were either flat in the case of the 5s, 10s last week, or up in the case of the 2s, 10s. 2s, 10s was positive 4 basis points. It's now negative 2 basis points. Inversions in key sectors of the curves pointing to a possible recession sometime down the road. Crude oil, by the way, had its 4th down week in the last 5. Crude oil prices also will be very critical looking into next week. Now, we do have bond auctions, again, in the theme of yields being very important next week. 2s, 3s, 10s, and 30s all being auctioned off, and those auctions are where we'll see a lot of that yield volatility. It's very important to watch the results of those auctions. Now, looking at data this coming week, Saturday, oddly enough, we have Elon Musk speaking at the Sun Valley Conference. Normally wouldn't care about an individual stock like that, but Elon Musk could be talking in direction of general plans for Tesla, which could possibly affect other CEOs and the way they present things. Monday, Chinese new yuan loans, British retail sales, and New York Fed Governor John Williams is speaking. Tuesday, ZEW economic sentiment indexes for the Euro area and for Germany, and then Richmond Fed President Thomas Barkin and Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey speaking. Also, the Japanese Tankan Index from Reuters. Wednesday, German inflation figures, UK GDP, EU industrial production, US inflation data, and a Bank of Canada interest rate decisions. That afternoon, the Fed will release its beige book. Thursday, US PPI and weekly jobless claims. Fed Governor Christopher Waller speaking, and that evening we get second quarter GDP in China, and then Friday retail sales figures in the U.S. Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic is speaking, industrial production, and then preliminary July Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. That will also be key.